Hello and welcome to the finals of ZOTAC number 252, and I don't know who won. I've stopped myself from finding out the past 24-ish or so hours so that I could find out when I watch the games, because I know that it goes to 5 games and that's all I know, and I'm pretty excited about that. And so we'll see, but there's one little disappointing thing there. It's a hue mirror. It's between Kenshin spawning as the red human up in the upper right versus Inquisitive HawK spawning as the light blue human in the lower left, or lower right, I'm sorry, lower right. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it's going to be more human mirrors, because we have seen quite a few human mirrors in the past several casts that I've been doing. It's just working out that way, you know. We're seeing a lot of humans making it to the finals in ZOTAC, though, I gotta say, and it's pretty cool, though. It is really nice. They haven't made it to very many finals, similar to Undead, who's also started to make it to a lot of finals here recently. So really cool, and I'm kind of excited about that. But here we're gonna see Inquisitive HawK going ahead and getting an Archmage, going to go summon that Water Elemental, bring in the Militia, going to go ahead and Militia creep out this Goblin Laboratory down there. He did a fast build. Kenshin over here going to do a regular build on that Archmage, and it's about to come out. So as you can see, the timing difference here is that HawK is going to go ahead and have this Rock Golem down by the time Kenshin even starts creeping out his Rock Golem. Will it make a big difference? It's going to depend on exactly what strategies we see here. But HawK going ahead and picking up a Sobi mask, which is 50% increased mana regeneration, which is really nice. So it's a really good item for him. He's going to help with spamming those water elementals. Here we might see him lose a Militia here. No, going to go ahead and micro that very nicely, so he's not going to lose that. Perhaps that one will stay to build the farm, but he has to wait to build until these creeps have gone down, because otherwise they will target him as he starts to build, and that'll be a problem. He'll die, so he won't die like that. He's going to go ahead and do that, no problem. Over here, as you can see, that creep took a little bit of time to finish off, and we're going to see both these creeps end about the same time, actually, so not as much of a big deal as we would thought. We are going to see Kenshin also picking up the Sobi mask, so both players add a Sobi mask, very nice. And now let's see who is actually going to be able to, you know, get the better end of this deal, who's going to go faster. Here we do see an Arcane Tower going up for Kenshin. He is still at tier 1. Over here at HawK's base, we're going to see a Scout Tower, the first Scout Tower going up, so we do see that Kenshin has one more tower than HawK. Over here we're going to see HawK is pulling out this Mercenary creep and camp, and going to go ahead and creep that and pick up a Wand of Mana Stealing, as well as a Cloak of Shadows. That could be 50 gold should he decide to sell the Cloak of Shadows, which he probably will, but we did see him actually use that Cloak of Shadows really effectively in that TR game, the Turtle Rock game, in the semifinals, and I don't remember who he was actually playing against, but either way, we're going to see it looks like Kenshin coming in here to harass the base here. This Arcane Tower going to take some time to go up still, so he's not going to be able to run the Archmage in, but he is going to be able to have him out, going to summon in the Water Elementals that'll get into this base, going to force a bunch of these Militia up, going to cancel that Scout, that Arcane Tower, nicely done, going to go ahead and take out 2 Peasants so far. I'm beginning to run away now, because HawK has come back to defend his base, and we do see a lot of valuable mining time going down from HawK. He has picked up a Forestro Shadow Priest, which allowed him to go ahead and dispel out that final Water Elemental. We're going to see another Peasant going down. Really nice harass from Kenshin, really doing a lot of damage. And over here, as you can see, he has not been able to begin his tech yet, and by that I do mean HawK not being able to begin his tech. He does have a very low HP Footman inside of his base as well. If we look up here at the Town Hall for Kenshin, he's just now beginning to upgrade it himself. He's going to start going to tier 2, power building this Arcane Vault with the Peasants right there. And we're going to see Kenshin running back in as HawK decides to finish off this creep camp. We do see HawK still has not begun to be able to attack yet, but these Footmen are going to come right back in here and do some more damage. We're going to see it looks like another full Footman, full HP Footman right there from Kenshin running in here, trying to take out the HawK's low HP Footman that he does have in his base. Going to go ahead and now HawK will begin his tech, hopefully doing a really good job here, just defending off with those Militia. Of course, these Footmen are very low HP, so they're not actually going to be able to do a whole lot, and there is a shop up now in Kenshin's base, so he will be able to go ahead and get all of those back up to full HP. Nicely done by not losing any of them so far. It looks like he won't lose this one either, but he could, but it looks like he's going to be able to get away no problem. And Kenshin actually at the experience disadvantage right now. We do see HawK on about halfway through level 3, while Kenshin's Archmage is only level... I just paused the game on accident. Only level 2, almost level 3, but not quite. We're going to see maybe this footman might actually go down. Nope, just going to get a little bit of harassed, not a big deal. And as we see, this is HawK's footman chasing in here, but not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage either. Of course, we do see down here, if we look, that Kenshin was actually not able to creep this, or I'm sorry, HawK was not able to finish that creep, and it looks like we're going to see that scroll of regeneration being used. The footmen are running away, and we do see HawK is going to come in here and is going to try to do something here, but there are 3 arcane towers up, so he's not going to be able to do too much with that water elemental. It would, of course, die very quickly, but he will try to kill this farm, which could go down. Of course, we do see Kenshin building some farms in the back of his base, just in case this happens. This won't supply block him, and it's only, I believe, 80 gold, and I think 20 wood to build a farm, so they're fairly cheap anyway. They don't provide 10 food, however. I believe they provide 6 food. We do see this scout tower, this arcane tower taking some hits. We're not seeing any repair on that, and it looks like Kenshin going ahead and deciding it's time to use militia. We're going to see one of his peasants going down, but we also saw a footman going down from HawK at this point. We do see it looks like Kenshin now actually coming into this base. Level 3 at this point has picked up a Shadow Priest himself from this mercenary camp and did finish it off. And in fact, we're going to see it looks like Kenshin just really doing a good job here in the back to really just try to do as much base defense as he can possibly do while not actually being at his base with his army. You can see these 2 footmen trying to take out some militia. Is this militia going to go down? This one very low HP? No, it's going to be fine. We're going to see, actually, it looks like HawK is TPing back to his base because Kenshin is over here with a very large army of footmen, and as well as a mercenary and his nice water elementals. Here we do see it looks like HawK does have a shredder in this fight, and he does have that. He was able to go ahead and pick up a 4-stroll berserker, and his Shadow Priest is still alive. However, it is out of mana. Well, let's say out of mana. It's very, very low on mana, but it is getting a few heals off here and there as it can get back up to full mana. We do see Kenshin microing those footmen out beautifully. We do see some units did go down, but it was very hard to see exactly which units those were. There's a lot of micro going on right there. Over here we can see that it looks like a peasant from Kenshin has actually gone down, and that HawK's shredder is going to pick off that water elemental. However, his shredder is now quite far out of the base and having to run all the way back into this base to get some more wood. Of course, HawK not really hurting for wood right now, as you can see, at 540 wood with 110 gold, so he's really doing just fine on wood. Over here we do see Kenshin having a little bit more issue with wood, but also having the same issue with gold. He's very low on both right now, which isn't a bad thing either, because of course it's very efficient. We do see it looks like a Mountain King coming out for Kenshin, as well as 2 Arcane Sanctums being built, both with 2 peasants being built on them. We always see over here for HawK, it looks like 2 peasants are building 1 Arcane Sanctum, and a Mountain King has just come out, so he's a little bit behind in that regard. But we do see a Zeppelin coming in here from Kenshin, and he's just going to go ahead and try to take out this Arcane Sanctum and kill as many of these peasants as he can, doing a really nice job with the harass. Over here we do see that HawK is level 4 on his Archmage versus level 3 on Kenshin's Archmage, really just barely into it, but Kenshin doing a really nice job wrecking HawK's economy and delaying and buying some time. And of course, that is the name of the game with human, and a lot of their strategies is just delay. And there's a footman that just died, and that footman was undoubtedly HawK's footman, but I don't know. I think he might have gone ahead and killed it himself, because maybe it was low. I didn't see anything over there that might have killed it. It might have been this Mountain King. However, he did actually get a bolt off, so that was probably what just happened, and I didn't see it. I did see the Mountain King running up there, but that was about the extent of that. And at this point, we do see HawK now beginning to rebuild this Sanctum. If we check his resources, has plenty of wood again, of course, with that shredder, but again, running low on golden. It's unfortunate whenever you have your gold and you have to move all your peasants over here and you can't mine for any length of time. When you see, if we look at the gold mines, it looks like Kenshin is about 900, 800 gold up on Inquisitive HawK, just from the force of course, being able to stop him from mining right here multiple times, which is a pretty big deal. Over here we're going to see it looks like 2 peasants or militia dying from Kenshin during this creep, just trying to get that Mountain King up, picking up a really nice Scourge Bone Triumphs, which will be very helpful if he decides to have footmen and knights in his army when he comes out. And as you can see, it's being useful really just to finish off this creep camp as well, simply because of course those militia and peasants that are now converted into peasants are actually able to heal up as well. Down here we can see, looks like HawK is trying to creep this out as well. As you can see, his Archmage is 1 full level ahead, slightly more than that of Kenshin's Archmage. However, if we look at the footman, the case is exactly the same in the opposite direction, because of course Kenshin's Mountain King is level 2 versus level 1 Mountain King on HawK. See here. And of course, we're going to see it looks like HawK is creeping up this expansion. This is actually Kenshin's natural. Picks up a pair up to Vitality, which is, of course, 150 HP. Really nice. And a Tome of Strength if he wants to pick that up as well. He could pick that up on his Mount King. Going to go up. That's 1 Strength or 25 HP. Really nice. Here we're going to see HawK building a shop. Looks like that is going to get canceled as Kenshin comes in here with several casters. A fairly large army. That is 3 Priests, 2 Sorceresses, and a bunch of Footmen, as well as an Ogre Mauler in those water elementals, into Zeppelin just to help micro. As you can see, he's going to try to take a proper positioning here. We do see HawK has 2 of these priests out. Will they go down? This could be a really good time to go ahead and pick off that priest as it's out of position. However, instead going to target a militia, and now going to go ahead and backing off, just trying to keep a good position in this fight. Of course, he could win this fight against HawK, but he will have to be really nice. He's going to go ahead and pick up that Footman with that Zeppelin that was very low on HP. Will he go ahead and let that Footman stay in the fight? Of course, he can regenerate some life just from the fact that he has that vampiric aura at this point, and it can pick up this one as well. Will he go ahead and do that? Yes, indeed, saving 2 Footmen. Really nicely done. HawK going to lose another Footman right there. Probably going to lose this one as well. These are very low HP, and they are slowed down, which is a problem. We do see these 2 priests now out of position right here, now being focused by this Mountain King, as well as these 2 Footmen actually going to start to retreat at this point. They're going to get this Ogre Mauler in the back, and pick it up with that Zeppelin. We're going to see one of these Footmen going down right there. I can't tell whose Footman that was. You can see that Zeppelin taking some damage from this HawK's water elemental that has been designated to right-click on it. Another Footman probably going to go down right there from HawK, and now HawK is really losing this fight. As you can see, really nice micro from Kenshin, but also having those sorceresses in this fight has really helped him a lot, because it means that HawK's units are very slow and they can't retreat nearly as easily as Kenshin's can. And of course, when you're talking about these long, drawn-out fights like we're watching right now, that is a big deal. And here we do see Kenshin HawK trying to dispel Kenshin's water elemental right there, but not having enough mana, it looks like, to finish off the dispel there. Maybe he does. Yes, he does, but the priests were in the too far away to actually finish that off. We're going to see perhaps HawK's Mountain King going down here. We just see Kenshin's Mountain King now at level 3, and that's nice because Kenshin's Mountain King, or HawK's Mountain King, is level 2. HawK's Mountain King about to go down, taking a lot of damage, getting away with 6 HP. One more attack will finish him off, and there is almost enough mana for a bolt on HawK's Mountain King, but not enough mana for a bolt on Kenshin's Mountain King. So we're going to see HawK's Mountain King just kind of staying in the back, regenerating some mana. Now he does have enough mana for a bolt. Of course, if we look on Kenshin's Mountain King, we see that he is about to have enough mana as well for a bolt. And HawK's Archmage is hidden. He's using that Cloak of Shadows really nicely, effectively. But we do see some breakers coming in here from Kenshin, which are probably going to seal the deal here. We do see them. HawK's Mountain King does go down to another bolt, and that could be good game right here for HawK right now. He's not looking too good. As you can see, his army is just kind of being picked off. It's really just Priest at this point versus, of course, Spellbreakers, Priest, and Footman, and that is the GG. So congratulations to Kenshin for winning that game. A really nice and really strong harass in the back of that base for HawK, and every time HawK would leave that base, Kenshin just kind of exploited the fact that HawK wasn't there at that point in time, and the fact that he could go ahead and not have to worry about towers as much, because that HawK took quite some time in putting those towers up. So really nicely done by both players, of course, as always. But congratulations to Kenshin. That's game 1, and if you would like to watch me cast game 2, I guess I'm not sure why I said watch me, watch the game while I cast game 2, click right here. Also, one final note, people very much split, it seems 50-50 perhaps, on the widescreen thing. I need more feedback, because if there's overwhelming feedback that you don't like widescreen, I will go back to the other way, and if you of course have overwhelming feedback that you like widescrreen, I'll keep it. But as long as it's kind of even, I don't know what to do, so I'm just kind of, give me some feedback, because to me it's not a huge deal. I guess I kind of find widescreen a bit easier personally, because things render faster and they're smaller file sizes, so I can get the games up faster, but it's not really a big deal either way for me, so it's really just whatever you guys want. But again, if there's not like overwhelming feedback in either direction, I'll probably just keep it as widescreen. So, but hopefully we'll get some overwhelming feedback on that. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in game 2.